Monday, so good to me. Monday morning.
Tell you, it's almost a catchy tune when you have Josh Lyman singing it. But I guess that's the only highlight of Mondays. Maybe it's the weather. Maybe it's that it's Monday. Who knows? Or maybe it's just...
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows? But, you know what? Let's not talk about good things today. Let's talk about movies that we hate. So, let's get started. Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Time with Chris. The channel devoted specifically to movies, movie birthdays, movie reviews, trailer discussions, box office predictions, and some special videos along the way. Now, hey, if that sounds like something that you're into, if you love the movie reviews, if you want the trailer discussions, if you love to compete in box office predictions, if you just love movies, subscribe to this channel because you're going to get all that content and then some. As mentioned, today we're going to be talking about movies that we dislike on the most disliked weekday of them all. So we are going to be talking about The Box. And for those of you who have not seen this movie or don't know what it's about, let's go ahead and watch the trailer.
Hi, Mrs. Lewis. Morning, boys.
Why does the bus stop have to be in the front of my driveway?
So I can watch my little Walter get on the bus in one piece.
I don't know what she'd do without you.
I don't know what I'd do without her.
We're already living paycheck to paycheck.
We're gonna have to move.
I'm sorry about the job, Arthur. You gotta be kidding me.
Mrs. Lewis, I assume you received the box.
I have an offer to make. If you push the button, two things will happen. First, someone somewhere in the world whom you don't know will die. Second, you will receive a payment of $1 million. You have 24 hours.
Did you get a chance to run that license plate number?
Hello, Norma. I hope he isn't playing detective. I have quite a few employees.
Somebody pushing your button.
What if you say no?
There are always consequences.
He's testing you.
We have to save your son or your wife is gonna die. How's she gonna die? You're going to kill her.
What do we want to do, Norma?
All right. So, as you can see in the trailer, the movie stars Cameron Diaz, Frank Langella, James Marsden. And this movie came out in 2009. It's an hour and 55 minutes. And so it's right in the sweet spot for me of length of a movie. So between the length and the idea of this movie, the whole, you could hit a button and get $1 million, but someone somewhere that you don't know will die. It's an interesting concept. It really is. So those are the only good things I liked about this movie. So before I go further into this movie, I'm going to go ahead and say that this video will have spoilers. So if you haven't seen this movie or you want to watch it at some point to see if you agree with my opinion or not, I'm just letting you know we're going to talk about some things that actually happen in this film. So when talking about this, let's give some backstory to it. Hey guys, if you haven't taken a minute to subscribe, make sure you do that. It's free, takes 2 seconds, not even a minute, and it helps me out. So show some support, subscribe, and hit that like button. I used to work at a Cinemark movie theaters, the one at the Festival Bay Mall in Orlando on International Drive. Well, what used to be the Festival Bay Mall. It has changed names, I think, 3 times since then. It's no longer called Festival Bay. And one of the many jobs that I had there, because I moved my way up to eventually being a manager, but I used to work in the projection booth. And one of the greatest jobs you could ever have at a movie theater, anyone who's ever worked projection or box or booth or whatever you want to call it, different people call it different things. They'll all tell you this is the greatest job to have. So when I worked there at the time, movies were still coming in 35 millimeter film. They weren't digital. So we had to build the movie because we don't change reels. It was one big reel that we had to build. So we build the movie, screen it to make sure that it's built properly and everything is good for the general public when they come watch it. So essentially, you're getting paid to build and watch these movies. Well, I was responsible for building this movie, The Box, built it, watched it. When it was done, I wanted a refund. And I got paid to watch the movie. That's how bad I thought it was, that I wanted money back for something that just wasted 2 hours of my life. I think the trailers were probably the best part for this movie. But yeah, so, ultimately it's a couple, Cameron Diaz, and I keep forgetting the guy's name, James Marsden. They're a couple struggling financially, a family, and they're given this opportunity to get $1 million cash, tax-free. All they have to do is hit this button. Obviously, their morals weigh heavily on them, and they're not sure whether or not they should do this, even though it will help their family immensely. And so they try to look into, Frank Langella's character. He's the one who brought them the box and explained the rules to them. And here the movie takes a twist. You start getting backstory on his character and find out. Honestly, I saw this movie once in 2009. We're now in 2021, so it's been 12 years. But Frank Langella's character was someone, I think he was struck by lightning or something. That's why he has the scar. And, he's with this organization, or he's the leader of this organization now. And it really sidetracked from the main story and just, I like to think I know what's happening in movies. When I've seen a lot of movies. When I watch them, I can follow them. I understand. When I saw Usual Suspects and everyone was so confused as to what's happening, another spoiler alert here, but when everyone was so confused as to what's happening in Usual Suspects, at the end, it's like, what's so confusing? Kevin Spacey is Kaiser Soze. He made the story up, all the characters and everything else, off of what he saw on the board, but ultimately, he's the character Kaiser Soze. So what was confusing? I don't know. But when I watched this movie, The Box, I had no idea what was happening. The sidetrack with his character being the lightning strike and the scar and what? But ultimately, they're sitting down, the box is in front of them. James Marsden, this is going to kill me. And Cameron Diaz are sitting there, the box is between them, as you saw in the trailer. And ultimately, Cameron Diaz hits the button. They decide to do it, take the money, and essentially kill someone else. And it ends up being that in the time between them hitting the button and the person dying, they do end up meeting the person that dies. And I don't know, a son's friend or babysitter or something like that. Something like that. I really can't remember. Like I said, it's been 12 years and I tried to block this movie out. But again, the idea, the concept of the movie, I enjoyed. I really did. And you know, maybe if I was a mad titan like Thanos, or an eccentric billionaire like Richmond Valentine, this would be a no-brainer. You know, overpopulation, hit the button. Hit the button. How many times can I hit the button? Can I keep hitting the button? You know, how many millions can I get to solve the problem of overpopulation? Again, if I was a mad titan or an eccentric billionaire. You know I used to joke, and so did a lot of other people when this movie came out. Can we choose who dies if we hit the button? Does it have to be someone we don't know, or can we choose someone we know? Obviously, 12 years has passed. You grow, you learn. I don't feel that way anymore. But again, Thanos or Valentine might feel differently. But this is how I feel about the movie The Box. Let me know what you think about this movie, if you've seen it or if you want to see it, in the comment section below. Excuse me, I need a drink. As always, make sure you check out the Instagram, Movie Time with Chris, where you're going to get a little snippet of everything that's going to come on the YouTube channel. Speaking of the YouTube channel, make sure that you like this video, subscribe, and ring that bell, because you don't want to miss any future videos that are going to be on this channel. Also, I'm on Twitter, Movie Time with C1, so make sure you follow me there. You're going to get a heads up of everything that I'm going to be working on for the day for both Instagram and YouTube. I'm on Twitch, Movie Time with Chris. Make sure you follow me there because I do mobile gaming, more related to movies, so to speak. I do Star Wars, Galaxy of Heroes, because I'm a Star Wars fan. I do Marvel Strike Force because I like Marvel. I play the game Plague, which is kind of like The Box. You have to, you know, kill humanity. So yeah, and I'm hoping to do some Amazon watch parties. I've been browsing Amazon to see what's available for the watch parties. So be on the lookout for one of those coming soon. And also make sure you go to my blog, www.movietimewithchris.com, where you're going to get a more in-depth analysis of everything that I talk about here on the YouTube channel. And lastly, if there's ever a topic you want to hear about or a movie that you want me to review, email me, movietimewithchris@gmail.com. I'm going to check that email multiple times a day. I will not miss your message. And the topic you want to hear about will be in a future video on this channel. But until next time, stay safe,